proposals, the proposed resolution that we have submitted for consideration, that you will see many senators from both sides of the aisle standing together, because in fact, what we are hoping to do with this year's change in rules is to move the ball another several yards further down. I'm using a football analogy because you started with the Jets. I don't do sports, I should never try that. Sorry, we'll stop again. Move the ball down the field. We're very proud as Democrats to have significantly improved the rules of the Senate over the last 2 years, but we didn't go far enough. We know that. We had a bipartisan commission who held hearings throughout the state, got input from people around the state, and made broad-reaching recommendations. Many of those exact recommendations supported by both the Republican members of the committee and the Democratic members of the committee are part of our new rules resolution. Again, we're all talking about meeting the responsibilities as senators of what the people expect of us as legislators. And really, if we don't have democratic small d process in how we operate the floor of the Senate, how we move legislation, how we operate our committees, and how we are able to best serve our constituents, then we have continued to flunk the tests that the people are saying, no more flunking of tests. And you know what? We have a new governor who's put a lot of demands on us, as he should have, to get things done. And as we walk into this difficult budget situation, which on February 1st or January 31st he will be releasing his first budget, we should have new rules to go forward to deal with these complicated issues. To summarize quickly, we're talking about equalizing staff allocations, resources, and member item initiatives for all in each senator, requiring legislative leaders of the Senate and the Assembly to convene conference committees as opposed to the current joint rule, which authorizes but does not require conference committees, meaning if bills that are similar pass both houses, there should be an automatic way to make sure that both houses sit together and work out the differences between those bills. We should change the number of standing committees, the rules governing the introduction of legislation through the committee process, and provide public notification of legislation. Now, in fact, we are very proud that some of the changes we made last year make it far, far easier for the public to see exactly what bills have been introduced, where they've been voted on in committee, what the schedule is, and even the taping of the committee meetings. We are proud of the progress we made. We want to make sure we don't go backwards, and so we're urging everyone to pay very, very careful attention to what we do here in the next couple of weeks around rules reform. Now, in fact, an additional concern we have is that today the Senate Republicans will put a resolution on the floor to extend the current rules through February 1st. We're not anti the current rules, as we all can highlight. We made some real progress. We just want to make sure we go forward, not backward, and we're concerned about the timing. The timing as it's laid out today will have us make a vote on rules on the same day that the governor releases his budget. We want to urge members of the public and the press to watch, to make sure that somebody doesn't try to bury the story about going backwards with rules reform under the story of budget, because we all know the day the governor releases his first budget, we'll all be focused on that. We should all be focused on that. So we're very concerned that nobody tries to change the Senate rules and take a giant step backwards from where we have gone on that same day. We want to take steps forward. We have additional specific items I want to highlight. Eliminate the ability of a committee to introduce a bill so that all bills will be identified sponsored by a specific senator, meaning no more senator rules. If you know that you are the one behind a bill, put your name on it. We think that's a critical change. requiring members to be present at committee meetings to cast their votes, require active lists to be published 24 hours before session, and prohibit supplemental active lists without unanimous consent. So we all have time to look at the bills before they are brought for a vote, rules are on the floor. That is also a critical issue of reform. The public needs to know what we're being asked to vote on, and rank and file members need to know and have the time to really evaluate the bills that are being proposed for votes. Reduce the number of members required to support a petition of consideration on the floor from 3/5 to a majority. We took a step last time in ensuring a model where members could try to bring a bill to the floor even if a committee chair was holding it up from being voted upon in the committee of origin. But now we're saying go further. If 32 members sign a petition saying they want to vote for a bill on a floor, let that bill come to the floor. We have 22 points. You don't want to hear me go through them all, but I believe that if they became the rules of the New York State Senate for the coming session, we would see a completion of the commitment many of us have made on the Democratic and Republican side to have a truly democratic process for giving bills and legislation and the budget the fair shake each of those bills deserve in a transparent way with time and opportunity for the public to know what's going on and to have input, and for every member of the Senate, rank and file or leadership, to have equal rights to bring their agenda forward in the New York State Senate. Thank you, and I want to introduce Senator Daniel Squadron, who has also long been pushing, all right, he's not been around as long as me, so not as long, a younger timeline, pushing for many of these rules reform. Thank you.